Hello, I'm Simon. In this video, we will dive into conductivity measurement. First, I'll cover the basics of how it works, then I will discuss the factors that influence its accuracy. Lastly, I'll show you how to make a measurement. Conductivity measures a solution's ability to conduct electricity. This depends on the concentration of ions. The more ions present, the higher the conductivity. To determine this, a measuring cell passes an alternating current through the solution and measures the resistance. The relationship between conductivity and resistance is expressed as follows. Conductivity kappa equals 1 divided by the resistance R multiplied with the cell constant C. The cell constant depends on the geometrical dimensions of the measuring cell. It is defined as the distance d between the electrodes divided by the surface area A. As a general rule, sensors with low cell constants are used for low conductivity samples. Sensors with high cell constants should be used for high conductivity samples. There are different types of conductivity measuring cells available. The classical 2-electrode cells are more accurate at low conductivities. Measuring cells with more electrodes show no influence towards polarization, having a larger linear range and are less sensitive towards contaminations. Now that we have talked about the measurement basics, it's time to look at which parameters influence the conductivity measurement. Besides the ions themselves, their charge and size, as well as the viscosity of the solution, the temperature and CO2 uptake also have an influence on the measured value. The CO2 uptake can be minimized by either working with closed vessels or with inert gas. The temperature influences the movement of the ions. The higher the temperature, the more vigorous the movement. As a result, the conductivity increases with temperature. If samples are measured at different temperatures, the so-called temperature coefficient, alpha, is used. This converts the conductivity value to a reference temperature, usually 25 degrees Celsius. This ensures comparable results. The coefficient itself depends on the sample matrix and is different for each sample. In modern conductometers, this coefficient can be set. For samples where you don't know the temperature coefficient, it is important that you regulate the sample temperature at 25 degrees Celsius, as otherwise measuring errors can occur. Now let's see how a measurement is done. The measurement is very simple. Dip the calibrated sensor into the sample 3 times. This prevents air bubbles from sticking to the cell. The conductometer will show the result once the measured value is stable. After the measurement, rinse the sensor well with deionized water or a suitable solvent. When not in use, store the sensor dry or in ethanol. These were the basics of conductivity measurements. Thanks for watching.